Morning, good evening, good afternoon, stuff. I hope all's well with you. As the post is titled, July 23rd, A New Day. Um, Yesterday, or in a previous video, depending on when you see this, I wanted to talk about the movie Watch Out, We're Mad, excuse me, starring Bud Spencer and Terrence Hill. I had looked through my previous videos and I had already discussed that. So it wasn't in the pile of my list of ones to do coming up. I have it in another pile of or stack of ones I've already spoken about, talked about, discussed. Like, hey, look, this is that. Stars these guys, this isn't it. Which in my frame of mind in which I was in, I suppose I can understand why I was not thinking clearly about where I had placed it. I don't have my fancy backdrop. Answering machine with the red light looks with the fancy backdrop, the bed sheet. It looks like the Terminator eye, like the you know. Anyway, sorry, that's cracks me up and was off the subject. Yeah, I was so frantic as to where I placed it, the DVD. Watch Out, We're Mad, and I'm like, not a direct quote, but probably how I sounded if anyone were listening. Hi, Fremont Lee here. Views and opinions expressed in this video are those of the person saying it. How you doing? It's me, Fremont Lee. My friend Rick Spade, when he has an MMA or had an MMA fight, he had shirts made up. Rick Spade. I think he had 6 of them made up, maybe more. Only 9. I received one. He has one, and I don't know who else has one. Limited edition. Very rare. No holes in the pits, which is always a plus. Um, Sorry, that was a little off the wall. Um, I don't have any movies or videos or CD music or anything to talk about today. I do have birthdays I will gladly read off if you would like. Yeah, sure, go ahead. We'd love it. Awesome. I'm glad you like to hear that. Today, July 23rd, birthdays. Larry Minetti, who was he was not TC. He was Rick on, I don't mean to shout, and not this spelling. I think he had a K. Um, on the Magnum PI with Tom Selleck and John Hillerman. Pepe Cerna, Daniel Radcliffe. Can't remember what he was in. Just kidding. Woody Harrelson, Ronnie Cox, who was RoboCop. He wasn't RoboCop. He was in RoboCop. He played Dick, uh, the one who came up with the Ed 209. He was also in Beverly Hills Cop, where he played. I almost wanted to say Chief Wiggum, but that's wrong. But he played the boss to Rosewood and Taggart. But his boss was played by somebody else. Let's see, Marlon Wayans, Eric LaSalle, Slash, Catherine Hahn. I have her name written down. She was number 1 on today's IMDb list of birthdays. Maybe she was number two. Daniel Radcliffe may have been number one. Charisma Carpenter, Lily Simmons, Belinda Montgomery. She was in Tron Legacy, 2010. That's been 10 years. And she was the mom on Doogie Howser, MD, 1989 to 1993. Lucy Lee Flippin. She was the substitute teacher in the movie Summer School. She's done other things, but that's the one I remember. Stephanie Seymour, Michelle Williams of Destiny's Child, David Essex, rock on. Monica Lewinsky, Alison Krauss, and to the late Philip Seymour Hoffman, Gloria DeHaven. She was in the movie Out to Sea. I showed that in a most recent video. Most recent. Yeah. Bert Convy, Sandra Gould, who was Gladys Kravitz on Bewitched. Helen Martin, who played Pearl on the TV series 227 from 1985 to 1990. Chuck Courtney, I want to say he was in Westerns, and he was a stunt double, or he did stunts in the movie Blind Fury, F-U-R-Y, Fury, starring Rutger Hauer. And I want to say the kid was Brandon Call. I could be wrong on that. I could be. I've been wrong before. This isn't a joke. Arthur Treacher. He was the constable in Mary Poppins in 1964. That is his name. I want to say a friend of his had come up with with an idea for the restaurant, and he gave the name. So Arthur Treacher's, the fish and chips place, if you will. Excuse me one second. No, don't worry. It's not the COVID. I'm fine. You won't catch anything. Unless somebody throws something to you. Hopefully you get, oh, hey. Ooh, that's money. Money, 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 money. Money. It could happen. Monkeys are flying on my butt. Three days in a row, I played Fantasy 5. 3 days in a row, I had 0 numbers. What the fuck, you know? Sorry, that's I'm sorry. That was, I mean, I'm sure the odds are there. I should just stop playing. You know, stop feeding that little animal and let it starve. Not an actual animal, no. Always feed your pets. Don't overfeed them. Because, you know, people be like, oh, nobody fed the goldfish. Yeah, I fed the goldfish. See, it's over here marked on the thing. 205. I fed the goldfish. Stop feeding my goldfish. You overfeed it, it dies. Oh, the last birthday for today, July 23rd, is author Raymond Chandler. He may have also written some movie scripts or something, or screenplays, due to the fact that they may have wanted the person who wrote the book to write the story so it would have the same nuance or something. I could be wrong on that. I don't know. I know that in most cases, screenplays, it's like it says based on the novel of, or something. Like that television series, Mr. Belvedere, starring Bob Uecker and Hewitt. the guy who played Mr. Belvedere. The lady who wrote that the lady that wrote the book every week, every whatever, she received a check because the show aired. I don't know if that was the case or if it was like one check for the season or what. But yeah, that was actually based on a book. Go figure. Again, I don't have any movies to talk about today. And in a previous video, I had already spoken about Watch Out, We're Mad. But I had the Bud Spencer shirt on. I had wanted to talk about it and be like, I'm wearing a shirt with him on. I would have been happy with it. Just, sometimes it's the small things that excite you. That didn't sound right, and I apologize for that. It's like the fun size candy bar. Yeah. You ask anyone, is that really a fun size? It's just, no, it's sorry. That was wrong and inappropriate, but it still makes me laugh, and I'm okay with that. Because sometimes that's all you need is something you can laugh at. Like there was an episode of Cheers where Real Perlman's character Carla was like in a real funk, and she just didn't want to be seen. She's wearing like a black veil and whatever, and there was just there was nothing. They were trying to cheer her up, and just nothing. Cliff comes back in. Oh, I forgot my jacket, and it's on the floor because or whatever he forgot. I don't think it was a jacket, but he goes to pick it up, but he bends over and his pants split. He gets up. He's like, Carla starts laughing because that was funny. There are things like that you just can't plan. I mean, you can like on a show because they all leave or most of them leave, but he comes back in. So he could have gone out, gotten a smaller pair of pants on, uh, one that one that would split when he bends over, and that or the I don't want to say the rip away pants, but that's like the stripper where it's like, oh hey, look at me, and then there's with the pants. Mario Lopez did that in their little reunion get together on the whatever the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Not yeah, Jimmy Fallon. I think. Who's the other guy? Yeah, I think it was Jimmy Fallon. Because they did a little get together to for a reunion show, and Mario Lopez said, "Am I ready?" And he just pulls the pants off, and he's wearing that leotard thing. I'm not sure where I was going with that. Stripper pants. Oh, the pants. Um, right, like the easy tear jackets and stuff. Like it's supposed to like, oh yeah, they're not threaded properly, so they're easy to rip. When you pull them and it's just and the thing just rips. Uh, Work was decent last night for the most part. I got the stuff done in the three aisles. I conditioned. Then I had an hour to kill. I don't mean actually. It's just I had nothing else because I was done with my stuff, which is very surprising for me. So I called my supervisor. I was like, "Yeah, sir, what do you want me to do next?" He's like, "Oh." Uh, I was like, "I have to condition this still." I did a half-assed job at conditioning. Shh, don't tell her. No, but I did it was conditioned fairly decent enough. Then I helped dairy out with cheese. Then a second cart was brought out from yesterday. It hadn't been worked, so it was still technically live load. Figure that one out. So I worked that. I started on the other cart first, the one that was from last night, but I was given the one from the night before. So I worked that. Then the two guys that was working the dairy came over and started working that, and I was like, if you guys are working this, I'm gonna go tie the bale off. And they're like, yeah, okay. At least I think they said okay. I wasn't really listening, and they were kind of like, because they were going to do the cheese anyways. There were two of them. They didn't need my help. I'd just get in the way. Although Rick, he'd have been just like zip, 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 zip. Okay, everything that's on the floor goes. Okay, and he would have wheeled the cart back. Then me and the other guy would have been like, if you work, if we split up, we can get this done a little faster. It's like, okay, then would have made sense. But no, I tied off the bale, and no, that was done earlier. No, I did do the bale. Then I went back to see what if they needed help, and they were like, "No, we got this." I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go empty the trash." Somebody has to do it. So I threw the trash in a hole in the wall, and which is the garbage chute goes into the thing. That's what it was or is. I'm gonna have some ice cream. This is gonna be a short video. Well, shorter than usual, only about 18 minutes. I do thank you for watching. I hope your day is going well. I hope your evening is going well. Morning. Stay hydrated. Please be kind to each other. We're all going through shit. Some of us are better at hiding it. Some of us are dealing with it in our own way, and most of us don't know what most of us don't know the shit other people are going through. So it's one of those things. Thank you for watching. I hope, as I said, I hope you have a pleasant day. Take care.